Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we're doing a message that is meant just for you. And I wanted to put the intention in today's reading to make it feel like it's a private reading as much as I can. And yeah, so excited to get into today's reading. There are two ways in which you can pick your pile or piles, either using your zodiac signs. If this is your preferred method, you will find a timestamp to that down in the description box, one that you can click on, which will take you straight to the part of the reading where we shuffle your zodiac signs and find out in which of the piles they're going to fall under. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your intuition, there are two ways in which you can do that in today's reading, either by picking a deck through the full card up top or through the crystals. If this is your preferred method, then let me introduce the crystals to you. For pile number 1, you have the beautiful Labradorite in the shape of a heart. There, you can. I hope the camera is picking up. For pile number 2, you have the blue. There, you can see it there as well. For pile number 2, you have the blue Goldstone, also in the shape of a heart. And for pile number 3, you have the blue banded agate in the shape of a heart. So take a look at which one of these 3 piles you're the most drawn to, and this or these will be the piles for you here today. As I always advise you, in case you feel drawn to more than one pile, maybe even all of the piles, trust your intuition, whether it's drawing you to just one pile, you know that's it, that's the one, or you actually feel drawn to 2 or maybe even all. There's no such thing as too little or too many. If you feel drawn to them, they're definitely all your piles. And once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. In a moment, I am about to assign different zodiac signs to each pile. And so if this is something that you do not prefer, please pause the video, take as much time as you need. And as mentioned, I will see you in your readings. But if you prefer to pick your piles using your zodiac signs, then my dear soul family, this part of the introduction was created specifically for you guys. And what I like to do is shuffle your zodiac signs really well before we begin your reading. And then once we're ready, I'll be drawing out 4 zodiac signs for each pile. Right. There we go. Let's draw out the first 4 signs for pile 1. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the signs are Gemini, Leo, Aries, and Virgo. For pile number 2, the signs are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Libra, Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Scorpio. And finally, for pile number 4, we of course have Pisces, Taurus, Cancer, and Capricorn. So, my dear soul family, these are the zodiac signs and their association to each of the piles in today's reading. Please feel free to pick your piles using your sun, moon, or rising. I highly recommend you check out the 3. And also, if you prefer to pick your piles using another placement altogether in your chart, please feel free to do that as well. These are just different ways to make it easier for you to pick your piles. Once you're ready, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times and I will see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at a message that is meant for you. And your crystal is the beautiful Labradorite in the shape of a heart. Some of you have chosen this deck using the full card up top. And if you picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Gemini, Leo, Aries, and Virgo. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your zodiac signs, please don't worry about it. They are not the official zodiac signs of the pile. They're a way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, so let's keep them to the side and pick out the last oracle card for this pile to find out what message is meant for you today. Oh, you got 2 cards in this deck. Right, so let's explore them. You have Lilith, Dark Divine Mother of Creation. We'll be reading out what this card says in a moment. Let's keep it here. And you have Rest, Ansuz Markstava, the Ansuz in reverse, with miscommunication, lies, and misunderstanding. And you have Happy, such a nice card, as well as Exchanging Gifts. Love these energies for you. Okay. They're right after each other. Think they're definitely connected. Okay, so let's shuffle your tarot deck and ask what message is meant for you, my dear pile number 1. What message is meant for you? What message is meant for you? I feel this one. Right. So we'll keep it here in case we need it. And let's take a look at your tarot cards. You have the 5 of Pentacles. This is actually really cool. I'll tell you why in a moment. You have the Temperance card, the 2 of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the 10 of Wands, and you have the Queen of Cups. Let's pause there because I'm getting a strong message right away. So with miscommunication, I am kind of understanding that, especially that Groa, the Norse goddess Groa, she makes some chants to save her son. I feel like you have been speaking some things to yourself, especially with the Five of Pentacles, that is some form of speaking to the self about things that you believe you're not gonna have, or is not meant for you. That maybe you're feeling like, maybe, because look at the figure looking into the mirror. Maybe that's just not meant for me. Maybe through the reflection, it could be thoughts like, maybe I'm just not meant to be that person. Or the pentacle, I'm not meant to have that thing that I want. Or something or the other. But I have a very strong message here for you. You can see this figure looking at a reflection, and the reflection in this deck is Fortuna, the Greek goddess or the Roman goddess of fortune, who still lurks around the marketplace until today, it is said. This is where she resides today, making sure that people get their fortune. So, and also the Temperance card is also related to the concept of alchemy. There is the alchemy that's related to, you know how the emeralds of tablets, the emerald tablets are written in such a way where you would think it is actually talking about how one can turn metal into gold, but it's really about the process of the elevation of the soul, the transcendence of the soul. So I'm kind of seeing a message of how you've been reincarnating, one reincarnation after the other, trying to break some form of entanglement, trying to learn something with the Hierophant, while you are seeing, and this entanglement, it feels like it's stubborn. You think you are not meant to have something, when really you are meant to have it. It's kind of like your guides are saying, cut out that thought. Cut out that thought. You could be misunderstanding, miscommunicating some lies to yourself. And to break it in this lifetime is to break that thought of you're not meant to, you're not capable of, or you're not going to have that thing. That is absolutely not true. And that's why I have Dark Divine Mother of Creation. You are absolutely capable of creating this. And the first thing that one needs to do is to eliminate this thought. And that's what I understand, because one of the first levels of alchemy is the process of eliminating the impurities, right? So I'm getting the idea of the first process for you to achieve or have that thing that you wish for is to eliminate these thoughts that you have in your mind, because these very thoughts are the very entanglement that has been repeating itself over and over throughout lifetimes. And it's really as easy as breaking out of this idea. You have the 10 of Swords here. It's been causing you a lot of unnecessary pain, but it's also the end of it. Pinnacle, 10 of Swords, the pinnacle of the situation, shows that you have, again, this idea that you have been going through this pain over and over and over. And although it feels so painful in this lifetime due to the many lifetimes you have gone through this pain, it is also the pinnacle, meaning anything from that is just you leaving that energy behind. It's the end of this torturous pain for you. And instead, with the Queen of Cups, it's be graceful to yourself and kind. It's like this motherly energy. If you had your own child that you loved to pieces, how would you speak to them about them going around and not repeating the same thought patterns that you have? How would you speak to them? And similarly, you're being guided to speak to yourself. How would you be patient with them? How would you encourage them? And would you give up? Or would you sometimes be frustrated but talk yourself out of it and say, you know what, my child's gonna get out of this? And so it's that same energy that your message today that is really meant for you, just for you, is to speak yourself out of this dark cloud calmly. Tell yourself whenever it doesn't work out, it's okay. Hey, it didn't work out this fine. That's fine. It's okay. We're gonna make it happen. And let's try again. Let's try this. Let's watch how other people are doing it, or let's watch what the experts are saying. And, giving yourself little easy tasks to do, to little by little take yourself out of this energy. But the most important thing to break that entanglement and be well on your way to achieving the pinnacle, the dream itself, is to stop speaking to yourself about stop saying to yourself that you cannot achieve it, because this is far from the truth. You've got fortuna here. You're going to be very fortunate in making it happen for yourself. And let's not forget the cards that showed all of this. Happy, exchanging gifts really says the more you rest, the more you will bring that happy energy. It's almost creating that energy, like forming a triangle, stability. Also, manifestation works in 3. So again, this is talking about manifesting things into your life. And remember, this reminds me of Schrodinger's cat. So I wanted to say, remember, it's in Schrodinger's cat. It's how we see it, right? It's when we see it, we find the cat, right? So it's all up to how you see things. And you've got the third eye here. It's all based upon how you see things that are going to show up in your life. And we did say we wanted to take a look at Lilith, dark divine mother of creation. Let me get your guidebook. There we go. And open up to number 13. There, Lilith. So when Lilith shows up in a reading, it's time to unleash who you truly are. Where have you allowed others to demonize, suppress, and control you? Stand in your power like the dark mother of creation once did. Lilith was rebellious and untamed, like a wild tree. In ancient occult symbology, the tree is tied to goddesses, fertility, and the divine feminine. Unfortunately, her roots were uprooted, and she was ousted from paradise. This oracle card invokes her wild and rebellious nature. She, like other empowered women in biblical texts, was painted as vengeance-seeking demon to instill fear and submission in women. In her story in the Talmud, Lilith was the first woman before Eve. God created Adam and Lilith from the dust, as opposed to Eve, who came from Adam's rib. She was painted as a scorned woman who disobeyed her husband. Adam, when he demanded that she submit and lie beneath him during sex, she refused, defied God and Adam, and left the Garden of Eden to never return. For this act, she was turned into a demon and cursed for eternity. Lilith's biblical story shows the importance of harmonizing and integrating the dark divine masculine and feminine shadows in this world. Neither one is better than the other. Both are needed and valid. Her archetype and plight are a vessel for collective healing. When we resolve this ancient wound within ourselves individually, we are shifting humanity. After careful study and research, I have coined the term Black Moon Lilith Rising to describe people who have Black Moon Lilith conjunct their ascendant or in their first house of self. If this is in your birth chart, you are indeed a walking Lilith archetype and a Black Moon Lilith Rising. Step into your sovereignty, show your untamed and wild nature. So intuitively, what I'm getting from this card, and I thought I'd read it out for you, it was interesting. I felt like you would enjoy listening to the story and the perspective. I'm really feeling it's about healing a wound. Do you see? It's the same thing. It's about healing an very old wound, entangled. And the additional thing we're seeing here is that as you heal yourself, you're actually healing others and healing humanity from this wound, from this very wound itself, from this collective wound. So you will be pleasantly surprised at how things show up differently in your life. Should you stop labeling yourself in a way that perhaps society has taught you to label yourself as when things don't go the right way. So what label do you have when things don't work out fine? And that is the key component to this alchemical change. This is the nurture and care that brings pain, that will heal that very pain that you have. That keyword, that tag, that maybe you've learned from society. Like things like, oh, if I'm not able to make it, that I must be a failure. Or, well, if I haven't achieved this or gotten these things that I wanted, then I must be doomed to not having it. Or things like, it's too late to have that. Or, who am I to have that? What tag or label in this area of lack do you have that society, or maybe even a tag that's been put there since the ancient world, that's been passed on from generation to generation? What is that tag? Or if I don't figure it out, then I must be unclever. What is that tag that you have that's standing between you and your fortune? That Five of Pentacles, standing between you and your fortune, that's looking right at you in the eye, saying, hey, I'm here for you to take, grab me. Just clear out these impurities and break that entanglement. That's the very learning lesson for you and maybe even for humankind without realizing, because when we all vibrate individually differently, we have an effect over humankind itself. What tag could you nurture yourself out of completely changing that will help you act in a completely different way and finally enable you to rest? Because you will realize that a person who is fortunate on the other side will not be hurt by that very same tag at all. And that is the lies and the miscommunication you have been telling yourself, perhaps passed on through generations. And that's the lie that needs to heal from you and from other human beings that have been going through the same process due to it being passed on from ancient times even, perhaps. Okay, so let's take a look at the rest of your cards. You have the Ace of Cups. Sorry, doesn't it kind of look like tears? It's like ancient tears that need to be cleared out, the medicine. And that's through the purification process that we've been seeing in the alchemy process, during the alchemy of the soul transcending and evolving. And in your case, it is breaking that tag. Breaking that tag. You have the Magician, the Six of Wands, I have a surprise. You've got the 10 of Wands with Hille. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So what I'm seeing here when I said I have a surprise is that exact same energy. As you cleanse out and change that perspective, that word, I think the nurture and care here is about eliminating that tag word completely. Like, it's like talking yourself out of this tag, never allowing yourself to say that tag again. You will see that things will start to magically appear in your life, just like Schrodinger's cat. You know, are they really there? Is it really there? Maybe if we open the box and look. And so it depends on how we see things, remember? And so you'll be able to manifest the exact thing that you think is not yours, that is staring right at you in the eyes. Should you eliminate this tag, it will appear magically in your life. And you can see the 6 of Wands here showing great success. Another thing that I've noticed with the 10 of Wands, again, just like the 10 of Swords, look at the lining up. This is the pinnacle. This is the end of this painful, heavy emotions. That's the end of it. And Hille is the Norse goddess of the underworld. She has part healthy looking, vibrant looking, living, and part dead looking, which pertains to the underworld. So this gives me an idea that it's gonna come out as a surprise, exactly from under to above, just like that. Something is coming, will pop into your life, or will happen into your life, just like the card says. And it says exchanging gifts, because it's like you exchange that tag for whatever it is that you're receiving. It's almost like the universe is encouraging you to help heal you through this law. Let go of this energy and receive due to that law. And again, you've got the idea of things just magically happening all over your reading. You see that you can see people here putting their hands. It's not a Ouija board, but it reminds me of a Ouija board. I've never tried one. Don't plan on doing that. But as I've heard, it's like everyone that tries it, it starts to magically move. Again, that otherworldly experience, that magical experience of seeing magic actually happen in your life, like you watching your fortune change right in front of your eyes, watching the magic of the universe happen because you are engaging in magical universal laws. Not just earthly laws, you know? Through the earthly laws we build and we expect it to work the way we've built it. Through the universal laws, it's about manifesting and believing, and also through taking action. But remember, there are 2 elements to it. So it doesn't always seem to be the way it is happening at the moment. Did I say this right? I want to say what is happening now, or what seems to be happening now, may not really be what the trajectory in where this is taking you to your results. There are other laws involved. There are other energies involved, and things sometimes take a steep turn because there are other things one should consider, and that is the universal laws. That when we do believe, we know, we shrug and know, yeah, that's the universal laws, that's how it works. But when we don't put it into consideration, we're always shocked. Hey, did you think it was going to go down that way? Oh my God. So it's important to take action. And in your case, the action is eliminating this belief, taking the action to nurture and care for yourself, to eliminate this specific tag. That was the learning lesson all along, from generations to generations, of cutting finally that awful entanglement or that awful karma or trauma from generation to generations, maybe as far as the ancestors. And as you cleanse this energy, you watch that finally rise into your life. You're going to be very fortunate at how quickly things change for you, and how fortunate you are going to be. And really, that's the impurity in it all, to cleanse out this idea. And finally, you have the King of Wands. That's the strongest archetype in the minor arcana. This is like you will have the strength and the power to do what it is that you want. This thought is weakening you. Eliminating it will absolutely empower you. And my dear pile number 1, this is exactly what I see in your reading. I truly hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, there are now memberships. When you click on the join button below this video, I also left a link first thing in the description box to make it easier for you to find. You become a member of the Soul Family, a part of the Soul Family memberships. You get a badge and a white feather whenever you comment down in the comment section or in the live streams. And it's honestly a great way to support me. When I was doing the memberships at the very beginning, I did not want to add tiers of readings, paid readings. I wanted to continue to do it exactly as I do, free readings every day for everyone, quality with every bit of my heart. And I wanted to leave it absolutely open for you guys to choose. If you can and wish to support me, thank you so much. I value it and appreciate it more than you know. It does make a difference in helping to support me. And if you don't, well, I will be giving you the free readings that you love every single day from my heart, and I appreciate you being there. So it's all open for you if you can and you wish to do so. Like I said, I truly appreciate it. Thank you for everything. Thank you for watching, and I wish you the best of luck with that, my dear pal number 1 from my heart. You got this. You're going to change your whole fortune and luck. You've got the Wheel of Fortune. You've got Fortuna. Your luck is staring you in the eyes. My dear pal number 1, thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at a message that is meant for you. And your crystal is the beautiful blue goldstone in the shape of a heart. This is the Fool card that some of you picked, which led us to using this deck. And if you picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs for this pile are Libra, Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your zodiac signs, then remember they are not the official signs of this pile, and they are a way for others to pick their piles as well. So please don't worry about them if they do not suit your zodiac signs. It's a general reading, and they are there to match the energy of the reading itself. And like I said, it's a way for others to pick their piles. Oh, this one moved as well, so let's take it. Right, and finally, let's pull out... I feel this one, and I feel this one. So, these are the Oracle cards. Let's check them out. You have No Place Like Home. Okay. You also have Clarity. Look at the light. And you know, a tree, since we're talking about home, is a natural habitat for so many species. Birds, animals, insects. And so it really is a catastrophe when we take it down. It's not just the tree, which is like shocking on its own because it's been there for so many years. And thinking of how it affects the environment, but also it is a home for so many. And so here you can see a tree that used to stand, its energy is still there. You can see a home hanging, one that says no place like home. I'm really wondering what this is saying actually, but these are the type of synchronicities I'm noticing. Is there some form of security? Something that you're worried about that's hanging there? You're not sure if it's going to be taken away from you maybe or not? Not sure. You have dissolution with emotional clearing. And you have withdrawal. And it's interesting that you have dissolution. I was just talking to pile number 1 about the process of alchemy. It came up in their pile, and you have dissolution, which is a process in alchemy. So is it going in this direction? I'm not sure yet. You have the Fehu Markstava, the Fehu in reverse, Fehu rune in reverse, with financial hardship, loss, expenses, with the goddess Priya. I feel like you are afraid of losing something. It's like you haven't lost it yet, but you're afraid of either losing some money or losing a home or losing, or maybe a job shutting down, affecting many homes or something. Or maybe you are the owner and you're afraid for yourself and others that are reliant on your work to survive. Perhaps very specific, but let's wait and see. And you have the Dagas rune with awakening, breakthrough, and balance. Love this energy for you. Right. So let's take a look at your cards and see what it's saying. I'll also be reading what the deck has to say about the specific card in your pile. I also feel this one, the one up top, this one, and finally that one. Okay. So, what is that card? That was at the top of the deck, and it was really catching my attention, so let's take it. 5 of Wands. They're in a competition, in a dance competition or something. 5 of Wands. The Judgment card. Oh, how awesome. Okay. The Death card. The Page of Swords. And the 10 of Cups. Let's stop here because this is awesome. I do see that you are afraid of something at the moment in your life. You're afraid of losing something which seems to be hanging there. You haven't lost it, but maybe you're afraid to lose it. It's not stable, although it should be. Perhaps you're afraid that whatever is giving you that stability will be sacrificed, as other things have been sacrificed. Maybe other jobs that you've been seeing, or homes, or there is definitely something that's making you feel sad, also worry, a form of hardship. And I'm getting a message specifically meant for you about withdrawing from that energy, emotional clearing. Don't really get yourself too involved with that emotion. And you can be saying, listening to this, oh, very easy to say, how are my guides expecting me to withdraw from this emotion when it's literally affecting my stability? And if you can look at your cards here, your guides are saying you're involved in the wrong, I don't want to say competition, but in this wrong struggle that everyone is involved in. Everyone is trying to take a tiny piece of the cake, or everyone is trying to make a win. But it makes me feel, looking at the phone and the pictures and how this person got this epiphany and is breaking out free, that somehow you, without knowing, could be looking in the wrong direction. And if you look in the direction you're in, it could be loss, it could be scary, and it could be unstable. But your guides don't want you to be fooled into looking in that direction, because what you're worth and what you're meant to receive is far bigger than that. And if you believe what is designed for you to believe, that you're only meant to take a little bit and it's scarce, and if it's taken from you, then your stability is hanging there, then you will feel very sad. But that's not the reality. And with judgment, the awareness of knowing and choosing not to play in this small game and to break yourself free from this whole game, depending on what this is in your life, is truly transformational for you. It's a new way of looking at things and hearing about things and no longer playing. That new direction and new realization will allow you to be truly abundant. It's kind of like, why are you fighting or worrying about a small thing that may not even really be exactly what you want, when you can wake up to a different reality of you being absolutely happy and abundant? And I'm sure as I'm saying this, you're thinking, right, so easy to say. Believe me, I'm just a messenger. I totally understand what you could be thinking, but I also have to read your cards honestly. Perhaps your cards will guide us into how you are meant to do that, so that you can emotionally clear your mind out of this situation, wake up to the realizations that your guides want to show you, so that you and your life can transform. Now that we understand the main idea, let's get a awakening again, breakthrough, exactly, with the Dagaz rune. A huge awakening that could really help you transcend. And the solution is part of the alchemical process of where the soul breaks free, actually, from the limitations of the ether, the earth, and transcends beyond that. So let's see what your guides have to say in helping you break out of what you may not be seeing at the moment, and how you can shift the game from the wrong one to the real right one and help you feel abundant. You know what this reminds me of? It's like, if we can, like, I can translate this energy if we look at children, for example. When, let's say, they found a star and they're all fighting, who's gonna take that drawn star on a piece of paper? And they're all like, I found it first, it's mine, and they're fighting over it. When you can, and then a parent would come and say, why are you fighting over a star? Hey, I said I was gonna take it first. And then someone else would say, no, I'm the one who saw it first. And they feel like it's so rare and only one can have that beautiful star that they're still learning to admire. And then a parent says, you don't have to fight over star. You know, I can teach you all how to draw your own stars. And they look at you and they say, you can do that? We can draw our own stars? And you're like, yes. And then you take a pen and a piece of paper for each child, and you slowly show them how to move from one point to the other to draw that star. And before they know it, they can all today draw their own star. No one's fighting over stars anymore. In fact, everyone's happy to draw their star and share it with others and see what my star looks like. I colored it in red. So it's kind of like that for us as well, where when we could have a very limited view and how we can achieve that stability, or how we can achieve that sense of safety, whatever that is, especially financially. As it says in your reading, financial hardship, loss, or expenses. And we can get lost into fighting over little things, when if you learn with the Page of Swords how to do it in a different way, you might even look back in retrospect and smile at how you would fight over little things that maybe you in the future are able to do it so abundantly and easily. So let's explore. This is going to be a very interesting reading. Let's explore how your guides are helping you to transcend from this reality to this new reality. And you know, the phone and the pictures are really reminding me of the system that's been created for us in today day and age, that could be limiting us from growing or achieving what we want. So what is it? The Seven of Wands. Look at that, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so interesting, you're reading. The Two of Wands. The balance with the Two of Wands. The Chariot, making a strategic move. And finally, whoa, look at that with the Nine of Pentacles. So, I get straight away with the Seven of Wands that your guides are saying the only real hard part about this is only the first level of it. After that, it's gonna be quick moving. So I feel, do you see the two dogs barking? Maybe making this person feel, this child feel like they're stuck at home because they're so afraid of the dogs. I get this idea that your guides are saying there is an initial stage. If broken through, you're free. And that initial stage with the dogs barking perhaps are designed to make you afraid, that are so loud that would discourage anyone from breaking free from it, thus staying there when it's not really the reality. And having the courage to go through that initial stage of fear to do what you want is the very step towards ultimate freedom, and perhaps even financial freedom if this is financial to you. So it's like going through that stage strategically that you are afraid of. So what can you do to take yourself out of this game and move with the Two of Wands to tilt to the other side with balance? Strategic moves could be things like maybe saving up to be able to slowly but surely maybe do something that you love. Study, because the Two of Wands is also exploration. Explore the different ways through plans, how you can make this happen in your situation. I think your guides are definitely inviting you to just pause and consider it. Because if you think about it with pen and paper and through more information, you might just find smarter ways to find this financial freedom that you want, and make strategic moves that will actually make you reach that fulfillment, that satisfaction, that dream of being financially fulfilled that you want. This is exactly what I'm seeing here in your cards. It's all about overcoming that initial stage of fear through planning. Planning could be, okay, so I'm going to save up this, or maybe I'm going to invest in this. Maybe temporarily I'm going to stay here, or maybe I'm going to, with the Two of Wands, carry these two things at the same time, the old world and the new world, this, and the other. But you can, and don't convince yourself otherwise. That's the awakening. You can withdraw from this whole fight and really think and consider and plan carefully and well and strategically about how can you do what you love in the way that you love it, and still be able to make, the Queen of Pentacles is living in the world of her dreams and create financial stability and financial fulfillment. Actually, it's not just stability, financial fulfillment that you want. How interesting. Let's find out more. So that's the next idea that we're getting. It looks scary inside out because it's only protected at the gates. If you break through the gates, you're free. So you have the Nine of Wands, and look at the secret message in the Nine of Wands. You can do it. You could be already tired and overworked, but your message is put a deadline. You can do it. Work on it. You can free yourself. You're not as stuck or locked in or locked out as you think you are. Do that initial thing to take yourself out of the gateway. Let's see more messages. And although you're tired, the Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, right? Although wounded, they're going to go through and fight this and win. You have the Fool card that showed up in your reading. That's like freedom right there. Because you push through a little bit for your own freedom and you become free. You embark on a new journey that you love. You begin a new journey that you love. That's making you feel free, alive, and happy. You have the Moon card, the King of Swords. Oh, wow. The Three of Swords. I need to push them a bit this way so that you can see your last cards. And the Five of Pentacles. So this is saying if you think about it, both tomorrows are equally not known. Not just the new direction that is crazy to think about, to break out of. Because with the Moon card, both tomorrows are not really as secure as you think. In fact, you're already thinking it. I don't feel safe. And so don't wait for fate or the world or other people or the economy or anything to decide what's coming next for you. With the King of Swords, take matters into your own hand. The King of Swords is strategic, and that's not the first time you get the idea of being strategic, which we saw in the Chariot. So take matters into your own hands and be strategic. Realizing that the new direction may not be actually the one that is not safe. The one that you're already in, as you know, is not safe either. So why not start thinking about things differently and start strategizing things differently? And with the strategy, you can see here with the Three of Swords, someone who's got a broken cup that they loved and they're fixing it. They're doing something about it. Here, the Five of Pentacles may feel stress over money, but they're going to do something about it because they have a lovely friend that's relying on them. So I feel like the message is saying here, don't let the outside, aka the gateway, keep you from being strategic. You know, think about how you can take yourself out of it, because a lot of the ideas could be limiting beliefs. Why do I say that? Because the Three of Swords is known to be pulling at the strings of your own heart. And the Five of Pentacles, if you look at the traditional Five of Pentacles, you'll see one of them has a bell on their chest. One of the two figures has a bell on their chest, which is said to kind of like evoke sympathy, like they're making noise so others can see them as they walk and feel sympathy for them and help them out. So it could be like victim mentality. It could be pulling at the strings of your own heart. This is where, with the two cards, I'm getting the idea that your guides are saying, don't fall into the trap of going down the line of following fear, following limiting beliefs, following, feeling sorry for yourself. Although it's important to empathize with your situation, but don't fall a victim of reliving a cycle when you can use that same resource, which is your mental power, towards strategizing and taking yourself out of it. So I feel like your guides are saying, really, it begins with simple plans, strategic moves, and seeing what you can use, what you have in your toolbox to use, how you can use your money wisely, how you can use your resources wisely to be able to move in a direction that you love. The question is, what is that direction that I love? With the Queen of Pentacles. And what exactly do I wish to become? What world do I wish to be in? Because maybe your fears, or what you may be calling reality, could be preventing you from actually creating a new vision in your mind. So create that vision. Think about what it is actually that you want. What would that dream look like? Write it down. Study how you can make it happen. And start taking strategic moves, because you might just surprise yourself, my dear pile number 2, into you seeing yourself doing something that you've always wished, creating abundance that you've always wished to be in. And really, you will go back in time thinking, wow, I was just like the reading was suggesting, fighting over the little things when it's more abundant out there. Give yourself the opportunity to look out there in the open. What can you do, if you can? And look in that direction only. As you, with the Two of Wands, make it from one world carefully into the other. And my dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see as the message meant for you. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And also, you can now become a member when you click on the join button below this video. There's also a link, first thing in the description box, to make it easy for you to find. You become a member of the Soul Family memberships. It's honestly a great way to support me if you can and wish to do so. Like I've been explaining, when I first started the memberships, I did not want to create different tiers, as you can see, of paid readings. I wanted to continue to do it free nearly every day, as I do it from my heart, and give it and leave it completely up for you with your free will. If you feel like you can and wish to support me so that I can continue to do what I love to do for you guys every day, then I would truly appreciate it, knowing that it will definitely make a difference. But if you don't wish to do so, I will still be doing videos every single day from my heart to yours. Thank you so much for tuning in, for supporting, for your kind words that you send me every day. They make my day. Thank you so much for everything. Sending you guys so much love, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today we're taking a look at a message that is meant for you. Can't wait to get into your reading. Your crystal is the beautiful blue banded agate in the shape of a heart. Some of you have picked this deck using the full card on the top of the deck in today's reading. And if you've picked your pile using your zodiac signs, then in that case, the signs are Pisces, Taurus, Cancer, and Capricorn. Welcome to your reading. If these are not your zodiac signs, as I always remind you guys, please don't worry about it. Remember, they are not the official zodiac signs of the pile. They are simply a way for others to pick their piles as well. Okay, so let's pull out the last card and see what your message is. Okay, so you've got Mercury, communication and truth. I'm so intrigued. We'll be reading this card together. So let's keep that here. You have release. You have new life. How interesting that you have release and new life. I almost feel like this is an important communication that is directly from your guides today about a major change may be happening in your life. You've got the Algae's rune with protection, safety, connection. Love your message. Okay, let's now shuffle your deck and ask, what is this message that is meant for you? My dear pile number 3, what is this message that is meant for you? Okay, let's keep your deck down there and take a look at your cards. So you've got the Ace of Swords, definitely a new bright beginning going on in this pile, and it's a very strong one, obviously. Strong change. You've got the Lover's card, the Nine of Pentacles. Love your cards. Wow. You have another like new chapter, a Page of Cups, new page in your life, new chapter. The Two of Pentacles. I think there's definitely a major shift or change that happening in your life that will make so many people around you look at these changes and marvel and go, wow, how awesome are the things happening for pile number 3. It's that kind of magnitude of, whoa, look at the card shifting on its own. Changing. So the Strength card, and so all your cards are communicating a powerful change going on in your life. Let's stop there and take a look at your cards. I'm actually very intrigued into looking at Mercury 24. Communication and truth. When the Mercury Oracle card appears, it's time for you to tap into the alchemy of your thoughts, speech, and the written word. All is mind, and your words are the spells that fashion the masterpiece of your reality. This is the Hermetic universal law called mentalism, and a powerful manifestation practice to integrate during your alchemy journey. During your alchemical journey. Your thoughts and words create the frequency and vibration that attract people, places, and things into your life. When you receive this card in an oracle reading, the opportunity to speak publicly, look at that, or step into the spotlight is also coming. Yes, you are stepping definitely in the spotlight as people marvel at the changes happening. Be confident in your voice and don't be afraid to share your ideas with the world. Your power to manifest is increasing. Harness it by channeling your thoughts in the direction of your dreams. So this message has been coming up frequently in the readings these days. It's really interesting. You have been lately getting messages of use this great time, especially with the lunar eclipse. Use this great time to manifest what you want. You won't believe the amount of times I've seen it in a short span of time. So I feel like your guides are saying here, there are major changes going on in your life, especially energetically. Pick up on that energy and use it to your favor to achieve your dreams. It is a time of your life that is very powerful. The strength, the Algiz rune, which is a powerful rune, a rune of power. Use this powerful energy around you to manifest through the mind with the Ace of Swords. The mind, the spoken word, the things that you choose to bring into your reality. It is a great time where your life is changing, the old is moving, and the new energy is coming. That's going to happen anyways. And awesome things are going to be happening in your life that people are going to marvel at. But your most important message during all of this time is to not let things just come, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, abundance is coming. Through that energy, why don't you use it to specifically ask for what you want? It's like when all is done, when all is said and done, you would have looked back and gone, oh, I'm so grateful for the awesome things in my life. I wish this and this and that would have happened too. Well, now is your time. Use the mind and the spoken words to bring things into reality. Oh, how I wish this would happen for me. Oh, how I wish this would come true for me. It's kind of like you're choosing what to come into your life through the mind and the spoken words. Because the Lover's card is a card of choice. And so here, this is definitely saying the energy is there, it's abundant. Scoop from that energy to your favor by thinking and speaking into reality the things that you want to happen, and thus making these wishes come true. You can see the figure sitting on a well of wishes, holding the coin, ready to make that specific wish come true. So these spoken words these days, oh, I want this to happen in my life. I'm going to manifest this into my reality. It's akin to you throwing that coin into the wishing well. Exactly. And so make use of that abundant flowing energy. You know, the more I do readings, the more I'm super convinced that the lunar eclipse that is coming up is a powerful moon for manifestation. So yeah, use that time these days to your advantage. Okay, so I can see you, as said, releasing old energy. New life is forming as we're speaking right now. So many huge changes that are going to make people look at what you're receiving in wonderment, saying, wow, this is awesome. So you've got the Fool card, again, like a persistent message of how there's a new beginning happening, new chapter. The Devil card. You know, the Devil card is a card of desire. So don't be afraid to wish for your desires. You know, seeing the Devil card makes me think, your guides are saying, are there wishes that you are not daring to dream or speak into reality? Because that's the time to do that now. Are there things you've forgotten that you wanted long ago, that maybe you've forgotten because you believed that you cannot manifest them? Are there desires that you have that maybe you're ashamed of wishing? All of these could be related to the Devil card. Are there desires that make you feel guilty? Do you feel like maybe you shouldn't have them because the community, the people in your community don't have them? Maybe your family members don't have them. The people that you love don't have them. Sometimes we love the people around us so much that we are ashamed of making a wish when we see others around us suffering. All of this could be related to the devil card. Along with limiting beliefs, things that you wish to have but think you can't, like limiting the ceiling of how much you can desire. These are all, like, take them out of the bag. This is an invitation of realizing that there is abundance, there are no limitations, that the universe is vast and bigger than you think. And so make use of that energy to cleanse these energies. Let out what you desire. It's important for you to experience it, because when we don't experience something that's legit, that we should experience due to ideas or shame or guilt or limiting beliefs or anything like that, our souls want to experience it. We come back and we keep coming back until we experience it. So what is it that you want to experience that maybe you're afraid of saying out loud, or thinking that you can't, maybe? Four of Cups. It could be that you are afraid of desiring something. Maybe you feel like you've gotten a lot. It's the opposite here as well. For the one of the examples I didn't give is feeling like you've been given so much, it would be maybe rude to ask for more. Maybe you want something but you feel guilty about wanting something, because otherwise you would be greedy. Not sure. In all cases, you're allowed to wish for what you want. And, you can always wish, hey, can I have these things without hurting anyone? And, allowing what you want to manifest for you, because it's not limited to how it could be done as you imagine. The Hermit, the Five of Pentacles, and the Temperance card. I feel the Hermit here. Do you see how there's a candle and it's lighting behind the Hermit? The Hermit's not even looking at it. And it's almost like it's wasted, as it's burning for nothing. So I get this strong message of don't waste this abundant opportunity. Please make sure you write it down, you think it, you speak it into reality. These days it is so important, because why waste this energy to your favor? Are you going to have so many awesome things? Yes, but why miss out at things that you want, that you're desiring to experience? So let that out into the world and see how it's going to manifest into your life. You're allowed to wish for whatever it is that you want to wish. There seems to be some hidden dreams here, and they don't have to happen in a way that necessarily are wrong. If you're feeling guilt or shame or whatever, or they don't have to happen through the resources that you are expecting for them to happen in with the limiting beliefs of the Devil card. Whatever this is, just release your wishes into the universe these days and see how it's going to manifest. Some desires, with this Temperance card moving up the steps, may take longer to manifest, but you're beginning that journey now through the energy. You're making energy move. And if you think, oh, well, how that is that going to happen? You're going to find progression in that area one day after the other as you manifest it. And at some point, you're going to start seeing it move in a different direction where you think, hey, I used to think it can't be done, but look at how my world is shifting. Now, I think it's starting to become logical and possible that I can actually achieve that in my reality. And so the Temperance card is saying patience, take it step by step, just release it out into the universe now, and watch how it starts manifesting step by step. Because as the Temperance is taking these steps, she's also turning, making a curve, a steep one, mind you, to the right. You'd think she's going to start moving forward, but the staircase is making a steep turn. And so slowly but surely, you will see in every wish that you make how little changes are done that you don't notice, that slowly but surely start to move your reality in a different direction, where you're going to start going, oh, wait a minute, my reality is shifting and it's moving. It looks like it's moving towards this direction. It is happening. How did this happen out of the blue without me noticing? In the way that I wished for it to happen. So your communication today is very clear. Make these wishes today. Make use of this abundant energy so that little by little, some things change in your life right away, where others marvel right away. Some things will take its time and will happen in due course and in due time. But all in all, you can see your old life is being released these days and a new one is coming. I would totally, if you're drawn to this pile, be waiting for the time of the lunar eclipse. I think it's going to be serving you really well. My dear pile number 3. Okay, so let's continue. You have the 8 of Cups. Look at the release. You're leaving an old, it's unbelievable. Releasing an old life and beginning anew. I'm so curious. What are you releasing? Should we take a look at that? Because we've been taking a look at the wishes. How about we, since this started with you releasing, that's an important energy in your reading as well. So let's take a look at what you're releasing. Wow, the Tower. You're releasing difficulties, huge difficulties in your life. Time of the dark night of the soul. Things that broke down in your life that hurt you so much. Troubles, chaotic times. You're releasing difficulties, tragedies. This hard energy is now being moved to the past. The difficulties you had to go through in your everyday life, these are now being released in the past. The 7 of Wands, challenges again. You're moving away from chaotic times, troubles, things that used to challenge you and stand in your way, where you had to work so hard to bypass and get over them. Maybe challenging people as well that were difficult to deal with, people standing in your way, circumstances standing in your way. This is all being released. The 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is velocity, things moving quickly. So I would say, look at that figure. It feels like she can't get out or is locking herself in. Although she's locking herself in, she's receiving a message, right? The curtains are shut. She's like taking a message carefully from the top. So if I were to translate this, I would say maybe you were locking yourself out of something, out of the world, out of experiencing certain things. Maybe this is communication. Maybe you were locking yourself out from communicating with others. I feel like with the momentum of the 8 of Wands, you're going to start reconnecting back to the outside world, connecting with others, or freeing yourself from certain limitations that you put on yourself to protect yourself from some things. I feel like you're going to start hearing good news that will make you feel, hey, I don't have to protect myself that much. I can start loosening it little by little. And before you know it, I feel like you're going to start connecting so much with others, especially that it's in conjunction to the Hermit, which emphasizes the idea that you could have been hermiting, staying on your own for a long time. And I feel like you're easing up the energy to connecting with others, maybe leaving the toxic people and the challenging people behind, and you're starting to connect with maybe more pleasant people. Six of Swords. Let's place the cards first. Six of Swords and the Six of Cups. Also, this one moved. And the Knight of Pentacles. So, Six of Swords is moving to calmer waters. That's also emphasizing how hard it's been for you in the past. And I'm so sorry about that, my dear pile number 3. Now, the energy is clearing up. And you're moving to calmer waters, to more beautiful experiences, less turbulent energy to peaceful energy. I feel like you have wishful thoughts. Wishful thoughts that you're slowly but surely, with the Knight of Pentacles, going to consider now again. As your world becomes more positive with all these yellow cards. There was a time when it was so positive and it went dark and chaotic. Perhaps you let go of these dreams and wishes and thought maybe they weren't for you. And now I see you now reconsidering these thoughts. And as your life lights up, slowly but surely, your wishes, your heart starts opening up to these thoughts once again, because now you're more positive about it. You're like, you know what? Why not experience these things that I once wished for once again? Maybe I can have them. Maybe they're for me once again. Maybe I'm not afraid of looking at these wishes again. Maybe this is talking about you shutting what you want because you were afraid that you couldn't have it. And now with this wishful thinking card, looking into the past, you're like, hey, maybe I shouldn't be so afraid of wishing for these things anymore, because it looks like it's becoming positive and it's opening up for me again. And that's one of the things you're walking away from. Pessimism in at least certain areas. This is shutting down, and you are reopening up your eyes, saying, hey, why can't I actually have that? Or why can't I be that? Or why can't I experience that? Perhaps just this time with clearer thoughts, without the limiting beliefs that were attached to them. Releasing these limiting beliefs and allowing yourself to experience what you're allowed to have once again. And my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see in your reading today, of a message that is meant for you. This is exactly what I see, and I truly hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And also do note that there are now memberships when you click on the join button below this video. I've also left a link first thing in the description box to make it easier for you to find. You become a member of the Soul Family memberships. It's honestly a great way to support me. Like I've been saying from the beginning, when I've taken a look at the memberships, I did not want to add extra tiers of doing readings, paid readings. I wanted to keep them free for everyone every single day as we do, and wanted to leave it open for you guys to choose. If you can support me and wish to support me, I've chosen the smallest level, then I would thank you so much if you choose to do that. It really does make a big difference in supporting me to be able to do what I do every day. If you can't or don't choose to, no worries. I'll be doing these readings as I am every single day, from the heart, from my heart to yours, delivering what you're meant to hear every day. Thank you so much for everything you do, guys, for me, for the kind comments, for the kind support in every way. Sending you guys so much love. Thank you for everything, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.